Ooh, this is another question where we don't have, a diagram showing the graph of this line. We only have a description. And we're told that a line goes through these 2 points. So maybe you're doing an experiment and you find 2 data points, this one and this one, and you want to find an equation, a formula that fits your data, your experiment. Anyway, to find the equation, we can still use our 3-step strategy. Number 1, find the gradient called m. To find the gradient, we can use our gradient formula. Slope or gradient or m is the y-coordinate of the second point, take y-coordinate of the first point, and so on and so on. To make this formula easier to use, I would recommend noting that this is the x-coordinate of the first point. So that's x1. This is the y-coordinate of the first point. So that's y1. This is the x-coordinate of the second point. So that's x2. And this is the y-coordinate of the second point. So that's y2. And the reason is, it makes the next step very, very easy. Copy down the m, copy down the equals, put the fraction line in. y2 I'm going to replace with -1. And then I can put my equal sign. I can do minus, subtract, replace y1, which is 3. On the bottom, I've got x2, which is 9, a minus sign, x1, which is 5. So that minus sign copies down here, x1, replaced with 5, goes here. That's not so bad. It's just replacing. Now I can simplify the numerator, which is the top. -1 take 3 is -4. And on the bottom, the denominator, 9 take 5 is 4. To simplify this, a negative divided by a positive is a negative. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I have m is -1. Now I've got one of my 2 things, my 2 mystery numbers that I need to get the equation of a line. The next one is to find the y-intercept, called c. Unfortunately, we're not told the y-intercept in this question. We have to figure it out. If you have some information, like the gradient, and you want to figure out the other information, like the y-intercept, c, then write down your y equals mx plus c formula and substitute in what you know so far. So far, we know that m is -1. So we'll write this again, but instead of m, write -1. We're getting closer to the answer. So this, only there's one thing left to find, which is c. Well, unlock it. It's like an escape room, and we've almost escaped from this maths video. Okay, so now we still don't know what c is, but we can substitute a point into this equation and we'll get a new equation, which is a true equation, which we can use to solve for c. It doesn't really matter which point here you pick because they both lie on the line. Either way, when you put either point into this equation, you will get a true answer and you'll get the same answer for c. I'm going to pick this point where x is 5 and y is 3, but you could do the other point and you will get the same answer. Check me if you don't believe me. So I'll write this this equation again, but replacing y with 3, and then I copy down the equals. I've got -1 times x, which is 5, and then plus c. Therefore, I can copy down the 3 equals. This part here I can simplify. Negative times a positive is a negative. 1 times 5 is 5. -5 plus c. Now, you can move the letters to the left of the equation and the numbers to the right. I'm going to be a weirdo and do it the other way around. I've got a number term here, and a number term here, and a letter term here. This term I'm going to move over here, so it was a -5 term and it will turn into a +5 term. Equals C. You can probably already see what C is. CC. 3 plus 5 is 8, so C equals 8. It's a tradition in maths that we normally, when we write our final answer, have the letter on the left. Cool. Well, we've got everything we need to know. We've got the gradient, M. We've got the y-intercept, C. All we have to do is answer the question to find the equation. Y equals mx plus c. I replace m with -1 and c with 8, or positive 8. So this is the equation of the line. Yay! Fun times.